Yeah, I thought the first 15 minutes cost us the match. You know, I think if you break the game down, we had a few opportunities, but ultimately we didn't really do enough. And I think the way the game panned out suited Middlesbrough's style of play. You know, I think once they get their noses in front, they sat behind the ball, made it extremely difficult, and it's your task to then go and try and break them down. I thought we had a couple of opportunities in the game, but yeah, that first 15 minutes was certainly the reason why we've not picked up any result today.
Is that just one of those things that happens sometimes, or was it just the occasion, the enormity of it getting to the players?
It's difficult to say. You know, only the players will really know that, because the prep's been the same, everything's sort of been the same. And then I think after the first 15 minutes, once they scored, we seemed to get sort of a bit of a wake-up call. And then I think from there, we're the dominant team. But to be honest, by that stage, you've already conceded the goal, so it's easy to then go on and do a bit better. The disappointing thing, from our point of view, is the fact that we didn't start that way.
You certainly gave it everything as a team after that to get back into the game. Do you look at disappointing you didn't create more chances, or do you credit Middlesbrough for some very good defending?
Probably a bit of both. You know, I thought they defended well when balls come into the box. I think I got the start, it was 47 crosses went into the box, so we had plenty of sort of crosses into the box, we put a ball in there. Like I say, we had a couple of opportunities. I thought Johnny had a good chance in the first half with a header. Cameron Jerome had one at the back post as well, which I think he heads into one of their players. And Russell Martin had a fantastic chance in the second half, and the boy makes a great block. So there was opportunities there. We'd like to have created more, for being honest. But yeah, it's painful just now, you know, because you never want to lose any game, but particularly one in the magnitude of that.
The fans were clearly unhappy with Middlesbrough delaying tactics from time to time. Did that annoy you, or is it just what teams do at this time of the season when they're winning away from home?
I think when you're on the other end of it, it's frustrating. I mean, it's frustrated as the fans are, but there's nothing you can do about it. You just need to sort of hope the referee's going to try and speed the game up if he can, or add extra time. But as I say, it's just part of the game.
Yeah. All is not lost, though, is it? That there is still so much to play for.
Yeah, of course. Automatic promotion was a real possibility until the game tonight, and then it looks likely we're going to be in the playoffs. But our task is to win the next two games, hope that other teams will do whatever they're going to do, and then if we end up in the playoffs, we want to make sure that the feeling we've got tonight, we don't have that again.
But you concede now that the playoffs look most likely if you're going to go up.
Yeah, I think they look most likely. You know, you never know what's going to happen in football. I think the games tomorrow decide a lot. I think if the two teams win, then it's highly unlikely in the next two games that we're going to find ourselves in that automatic spots, which is disappointing considering the position we'd put ourselves in. But what we've got to do is we've got to refocus, and as you say, we've still got a lot to play for.
It is such a disappointing defeat on the night. What do you do as a manager to make sure that there's no hangover from it and that the players recover from this?
The same we do when we win games. You know, we've been on an incredible run, won a lot of matches, but ultimately what we've got to do is we've got to come in, dust ourselves down, and like I say, the pain that we're feeling at the moment, we make sure that that's something we don't want to feel too often, and we haven't done. But hopefully that will be a sort of springboard for us to kick on and go on and hopefully produce better performances and win more games.
Is that something you've said to the players about using the way they're feeling now, this awful pain? You know, you make sure this doesn't happen again. You don't feel like this anymore. Yeah.
Because I don't want to feel this way. I'm sure the fans don't want to feel this way, and I can assure you the players don't want to feel this way. You know, they're really down in there. I thought in terms of effort and endeavour, they gave everything they had. But as I say, sometimes, certainly if you didn't start well, that seemed to be what cost us the match today.
Thanks for talking to us, Alex.
Thank you.